Hey.
Hello?
Yeah, we're good. Okay.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good, good. Alright, what time is it over there for you right now?
It's almost 9 p.m.
Okay. That's not that bad. Night sessions are pretty good. Give something, because then you
Yeah,
can go to sleep and then, like, let your brain rest, and then, like, the next day you start anew. You start fresh. That's a pretty good way to approach the game.
yeah,
Looking at your OPGG so far, I noticed your CS counts are under 7. Like, on average, they're just a little, like, they're hovering 7, but they're not straight at 7. For that, it's just like a general practice thing. You play a lot of ranked, which is good. So definitely get into the habit of constantly practicing CSing. Prioritize farm. I had a session where I talked to someone about like what one of the core concepts of League was, and one of the core concepts is playing with farm. And if you have high farm, you get your item spike sooner, and a lot of things can happen. But most importantly, you
yeah, I
really gotta
know,
farm.
but that's something I was wondering about because I always get confused. I mean, some games it just comes naturally,
Hmm.
when I get to push and then roam. Uh, but usually, as you can see, since I have pretty bad CS, uh, I just don't really know when to roam, when to group, when to freeze, when to shove,
Hmm.
you know.
For me, I always like shoving. And that's the personal thing for me because what that does is it allows you to draw pressure on the map on your side, and if you just don't die to the ganks, then you're fine. It's all calculated. You only freeze when it's like you know you can hold it and you look at your wave, but it's kind of hard call for freezing. You don't have to worry about freezing like super hard.
Yeah. I usually only freeze if I know I have a lead and we can zone them from farm in
Correct.
lane,
Yep.
or if they get first turret and I just can't do anything if we group, so then I just freeze as close to my tier 2 turret as possible.
So you notice they're already on the move. Tristana is a natural pusher, so you could just take
Yeah.
that last hit and then we just stop. Yep. All right. Let me see. Hang on. Let's go over your masters real quick. Yeah, this is fine, and this is fine too.
Yeah, I just copy whatever PewDiePie uses
Yep.
usually.
Now the other thing you could do is just put all on vampirism because I value pure sustain rather
Yeah,
than like
okay.
this damage matters to me. Like I do 4-1 like when I'm playing like Swain or if I'm playing really aggressive AD carry. But if I have a sustain support, like I want to live as long as possible during the laning phase. I sacrifice damage for sustain
Yeah,
on
okay.
my AD carries. That's just my philosophy. You don't have to if you don't want to. If you don't like the mega farm playstyle of pure sustain, because like I play to not die, and not dying is pretty important because money. So that's
Yeah.
that's just my style. I prefer feast because like if you auto attack a minion after you get hit by like the bomb splash damage, because like when you walked up to kill that CS, you got hit by the bomb splash, so you just kill a minion to get back the HP. Though things are
Yeah.
very small, things add up. It's like people who argue like corrupting potion doesn't do anything. It actually does. Small damage does add up.
Yeah, that's true.
So feast is like really helpful for that. And they even did the math like feast is like a quarter or something of a health pot, and like if you constantly add it up, it's like the same thing. It's like having another
Yeah.
potion in inventory always. But during team fights, if you like somehow side hit a minion for some fucking reason, you can save yourself, and it can help if they have they have double ignite lane, so like it can save you.
Yeah.
Interesting. This binding is not gonna land. I can already see that this binding, like in theory, this is gonna land, but this guy,
Yeah.
I feel so sad. Like if I
No,
was
so
Morg, I would be very
I
sad.
yeah, I didn't
Wait, she's
keep
retarded.
track of the CS at all, so I didn't realize they were gonna hit level 2. So I just kind of walked into that hook
Your
for no
Morg is
reason.
like blind binding. That's not good for her. It's okay though. You still have a pot running, and if you need to heal, you need to use it. And this is where remember when I said this is. Holy shit! I'm so sorry. What do you know? This is plat 5, bro. Get
Yeah.
bound, and then just
Actually,
stop
this is
right here.
like gold too.
Okay, you gotta stop right here though. Like this is enough. He flashed, he failed. Time to flash. Stop there. You're low health. You can't force a trade. he has a hook. You know he has two abilities. He has hook and flay. He misses flay. All he has left is his hook. He can't hook with these two minions, so you should stop. You could try to punish him, but you know that Trist is like still like right here, and she has heal because she hasn't used it yet.
Yeah.
This is fine, but like this is okay. You could die
Yeah.
like right here. This is like super dangerous. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
man, I don't-
Yeah. She's crazy. Like I would not have gone for that. I would have stayed still and then I would have waited for your summoners. Then I would have jumped. So it would have been a worse. It could have been a worse outcome.
Yeah, because what I was thinking right there was I'm gonna heal her jump, and then she's gonna get into turret range, and then I'm gonna get first blood, or at least a kill.
Yeah. That's
But
why when I
I
said she was
really
crazy, she
messed
jumped,
up.
but she got like right outside the tower range, which is kind of hilarious. Get back to the. All right. All right. All right. Yeah. All right. Balanced champion. I fucking hate Katarina.
Yeah, sometimes I ban her if like my team can't
Stupid
handle
champion.
peeling for me.
It's just a stupid champion, man. It's not really even your fault either. Like, there's nothing you could do about the fact that she like 100 to 0s you, like for
And
no
like,
reason.
because she can zone me in
Yep.
all team fights unless I play, for example, Xayah.
Yeah.
I mean,
You jump and then
Xayah
like
is
she can't jump
extremely
on
good.
you. Yep.
Yeah. But, like if I play Kog'Maw or Twitch, it's like if my tanks aren't sitting on me, I just I can't do anything.
Generally, right here, I would want you to push, and the reason why is because she went to base and she went to buy, so she has item advantage. When you play a champion like okay, she got a kill, but she only bought a coal and a dagger when she could have bought. I'm pretty sure she could have bought a pickaxe like 400, 700, 800. Okay, she didn't buy pickaxe. She could have just bought, could have been troll and bought a crit cloak. This is fine. All right. So know that she has no jump for 18. Make sure you get. Oh boy. CS. Like my number one priority for people that like play roles that require farming is CS as a top priority. No matter what it is,
Yeah.
CSing must be your top priority. And that doesn't mean greed for CS. Like don't like abandon your fucking team when there's like a really good opportunity for you to group in 1v9 or something. Like don't just abandon it for farm. Like farm calculatively. Don't let your lanes get shoved in, like so that they can make like a cross map play, like steal Baron while you're handling a bot lane push or something like that. You know,
Yeah.
push out your bot lane so that they have to answer it so that you can do Baron because it's 5v4. Like farming can create opportunities for punish, and as Xayah, you have the ability to snare people with as long as you land a certain amount of feathers. So if you push a lane, then hide with your team, and somebody answers that farm, you kill them, then go across the map, take Baron. You know, like it's a possibility.
Yeah.
So like farming, like everybody has to do it. No matter, even if you're jungler, if you're except for support, everybody has to farm. So you can punish that if you see like on the map constantly. Every time you CS, I don't know if you do this as a drill because I obviously can't see your eyes or anything like that, but like check the map, you know, like every time you're about to last hit, because you don't need to confirm that you last hit it. You hear the gold sound, you know, cha-ching, the cha-ching right there. See? All right, hold on, flash.
I mean, right
Oh,
before
boy.
I hit Plat, yeah, yeah,
She
I
didn't
started doing
exhaust.
that, getting a lot more map awareness towards Plat, and that's basically what got me into Plat. But then I didn't really get the habit of it, so I kind of stopped doing it. And then I dropped a shit ton of MMR.
Yeah. You shouldn't be concerned about like your LP gains or your wins and losses. You have to be concerned more about, or the champions that you play. You should be concerned more about like how good are you as a player, not how good are you at one champion. Like I'm good at Swain up to Masters, right? But that doesn't mean am I a Masters top laner, mid laner, or Swain player? No, I'm not, because like I just abuse the champion. But I'm probably like what, D3 mid laner at best, like at best. Like I can't keep
Okay.
up with certain people that know how to truly destroy me in lane. Like I faced a real like Masters 300 player, and I was like, okay, well I'm gone. And he punished me like properly too. He knew cancels and everything. Like it's advanced, and the little things add up. Also a lot of pride, because like people have a lot of ego in higher elo, so it's really annoying too.
Yeah.
So right there, so you went to greed for farm a little bit and harass onto the thresh, and then he like punished you in the bush. This bush should be warded at all times, whether or not, like, if you don't think it's safe to walk up to farm, sacrifice some farm. It's fine. There's a pink ward here.
Yeah.
This is a group attempt to try to save him, but you're not gonna be able to save him. So instead, just take the ward and then just push the wave onto the tower. Like she got a kill. That's worth 15 CS. Can you deny somewhere close to that so that when she recovers into lane, she can't take more CS to get a bigger lead? Like yes, she is ahead of you right now, but that your goal is to not fight or play aggressive in that response. This is retarded. Punish this bitch. And she walks right into it. Heal down, stop. Okay. He has exhaust. Why doesn't she exhaust? My name is Morgana, and I don't know how to press D. I hate those kind of players. Like, it's so obvious, but they don't do it. Dumb. It's unlucky that you had to have those kind of supports.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
You have to, but here's the thing, you have to, as an AD carry, no matter how bad your support is, and no matter how impatient or patient you are as a player, you have to adapt to them. There will always be bad support. There are supports that don't even know that having a mouse is a thing. Like, or a keyboard. Like, it is possible. There are some players that don't have fingers, eyes, faces. They don't even have, like, skulls for that matter. You know, like, they don't exist. They're brain dead, basically. But you have to adapt. And you can't tilt because your support is bad, no matter what. Like, if you tilt, that shows that you're a vulnerable player. Like that all they have to do is just camp you and like, oh well, it's game over. It's 4v1 down here bot lane because like, you know, 3 people plus jungler against you. 4v1.
Yeah.
Hence why the game is already 1v9. If you can't deal 1v4, you can't possibly deal with 1v9, you know? Because your support is out to get you. Your team will never help you. You're never supposed to rely on your team. It is stated in many of the coaching videos that if you watch other coaching videos, they'll say the same thing. You can't be playing team-reliant champions. Xayah isn't a team-reliant champion. She can fucking solo 1v9. I've seen people like hard carry on Xayah, like with like perfect precision, like timed ultimates to launch feathers, kiting, and then pulling the feathers back, getting a triple snare, and then auto-attacking each of them out of range. You know, like it's crazy.
Yeah,
she has the capability to carry.
Insane.
I see on your match history, like, you have some damn carry scores. I just want to see what you do to get to that point. You're 0-2 right now. You understand that you are behind. When you're behind, there's this technique called the scavenging technique, but you shouldn't, like, call it the scavenging technique because it's what you should always be doing. So when you're scavenging, like, they call it the vulture technique. Like, you know, vultures, like, go around and fucking eat whatever they can find, like, you know, dead bodies especially. So it's the same way. Like, whatever farm you can find, all resources included, wolves, gromp, crab.
Yeah, so after that wave, I should have just went to wolves and cleared.
Well, you could, but it would take too long. The crab is right there. If you think you can take the crab pretty fast, take it. But I don't think you can. Don't like, you have to just clear the wave and then back up, then clear the wave, then back up. But you want to make sure that you don't miss CS. This is a general rule. Like, you're not supposed to miss CS anyway. Like, if you can't, like, obviously if the minion like kills itself for no fucking reason, like, you know how when the minions, like, I hate it too. Like, don't worry, I've been through the experience where the minions are like attacking one target and you're about to last hit it, but then they switch targets so you miss it by 1 HP. Then they switch back to the target. Like what the fuck, minions? I thought you guys were supposed to be on my side. Yeah, no, like. When you miss the timing like that, it is actually your fault for missing the timing, because what you didn't do is you didn't wait you didn't wait for the true last hit, you know, like when it's at 1 HP and you lasted it, that kind of thing.
You get impatient.
I would have not grouped here. Like, I personally would not have grouped here. All you're doing is just showing up mid and like clearing the wave, getting the farm. You have 3 people who could threaten your life right here. So it's very dangerous to get this farm. See, this wave is like it's not in your. It's like what's gonna happen is. It's gonna shove in their favor, right? And then it's just gonna stick at their tower because this cannon is gonna take a while to die. And then by the time you get back, it's in the middle or it's in their favor again. So then, like, if Tristana showed up bottom right now, she gets all that farm for free. Somebody TP's bottom, doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. So what I was thinking right there was, okay, it's pushing towards her tower. She's gonna have to go and clear it. Then I can make a play happen mid.
Right. However, do you think you're strong enough to make a play mid? Remember, like item-wise, like who has the more potential to make a play mid?
And I was thinking that since we had 2 people, I think they were pretty low at turret, and they had 3 pretty healthy people, so I thought they would probably take the turret.
Interesting usage of ult right there. Rather than use it as escape, use it as the way to snare. It's pretty good. I think I would have just kept autoing like right there. Alright, that's pretty cool too. You did a really creative usage of it. There was nothing that could get onto you, but now something could get onto you, you feel?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a good snare, so...
Yeah, it was really good. You have to make sure you time people's flashes. It's very difficult to get used to flash timings, because there's so many different versions. There's 5 minutes, 4 minutes 15, and then 4 minutes 3:45.
Yeah. Like I always ping when they use flash, but I haven't made it a habit that I check when I pinged it so I know when it's up again.
I've done some really dumb shit, but like it's forced habit. So I hear that your server is like known for flame, right? Like natural flame. So what I'm gonna say about that is that there is a playstyle I have embedded within myself, and it's my best way to improve, but nobody likes it. It's called play to avoid flame. So if you're obviously it doesn't mean you're doing shit right every time, but if they're not flaming you, that means like, hey, good shit, you know? like
Yeah.
like if nobody flames you, like, well, there's nothing for you to be flamed about. Obviously winning doesn't mean that you're doing everything right all the time. You just won the game because you know somebody on their side fucked up and you happen to punish, but did you do everything like that was necessary? See this, like this nothing happened here, right? But all this like is just sitting there. So now every time you ramp the wave up, like all these creeps are getting denied by them, but you're also losing creeps too, so it's money is what I'm trying to say. Like nothing's happening, you guys are this is what we call a stall dance, where they just kind of sit there and just wait for somebody to make a mistake or get picked. Like this right here, like this right here. So now you guys fight. It's better for you to show up a little bit later to the fight after you shove the wave, and the reason why I want to say that is because when you show up later to the fight, what if like, okay, let's say you weren't here, right? He initiated, he E'd, he R'd, he Q'd, right? So when you show up, you don't have the threat of getting hit by any of those abilities, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense? So you don't get, like, what if there was, say, like, you see Fog of War? I mean, you have vision here, that's great. That's really good. But if you didn't have vision here, because they have a control word right here that denies all vision, right? So if there's no vision here, what if Katarina is just hiding in this bush? Like, okay, Gragas pulled him to me. Oh, you ulted the Xayah this way and she didn't react to it with her R? Okay, then Katarina, and you die, you know? Like,
yeah.
Showing up a little bit later to the fight when you know that some of the spells are down gives you an opportunity. Hey, I can go off because there's nothing to stop me from going off. Make sense?
Okay, so I basically shouldn't group like this for a stall shit.
Yes.
Whatever.
Because
unless I'm
like
strong enough.
Yeah, that, and also because remember when you went mid, right? And then I said I think you should have stayed bot. Well, you stay bottom, and look at the level difference. She's 8. And you're 7, right? Like you're almost 8, but she's almost 9. She's almost +2, basically, right? So this gives you ample opportunity to go down bot lane and catch up in CS, catch up in EXP, get levels, get base damages, get another point in your abilities to deal more damage.
Okay, like, so you're saying that I'm making like high risk, high reward plays by going mid since I got a double, but if I hadn't gotten that double kill, I would have just...
You would have gotten the same amount of farm.
Behind.
Well, you would have gotten the same amount of farm that equates to the number of gold that you would have gotten for the double kill. Kind of makes sense?
Yeah, okay.
Because it's about 30 CS, like about 30 CS roughly, but there was a cannon wave down there, and right here there's another cannon wave, right? Yeah, there's the cannon.
Yeah.
So there's 2 cannons that you missed, right? So that's 80 gold plus like the wave itself, so another 150, so that's about, you know, the right amount of gold. Right? So that's about 2 kills roughly. Like it's an estimate close to 2 kills, but nevertheless it is the same amount of... Okay, this is a kill. Good shit. Alright, I like that kick, that was pretty clean.
Yeah.
Now you guys should be pushing this, and then take the tower, then base, because you are sitting on a large amount of gold. You should not have that much gold just sitting in your inventory. Just back.
I think we base after this.
Like yeah, if you guys don't base, you guys are overstaying, and you're not cashing in your lead. Always cashing in your lead is actually really optimal. Alright, you have to base, so instead of like fighting her, just run, it's fine.
Okay, I'm greedy.
Yeah. It doesn't accomplish anything, because she's just gonna end up healing anyways, you know? Like, you're taking too long to recall. And if they do, like, flash on you, like, yes, you can react to it with your R, but, you know, you didn't have to in the first place. Taking... what we call the snowball effect is, like, I think if you're gonna take this red buff, I think you should back, then take the red buff, because then you're gonna go into combat with fresh. Unless you're aiming to get, yeah, you are. Essence Reaver, right? I'm 90% sure that's your ideal. Yeah, that's fine then. Normally, like, if you had enough gold, like, from your initial farm with, like, if you farm bottom instead of, taking kills and stuff like that, I think you would have had enough gold for Essence Reaver, then you would have gone into battle by taking the red, then go straight to lane, then make a pressure play. Because always having item advantages over your opponent is great.
Yeah.
And, what you do when you prioritize farm is, if you're prioritizing farm, and you're doing low risk, low reward plays, but you're constantly doing low risk, like low risk and free reward, right? So you add those
Yeah.
up. It's like putting money in a piggy bank. Like though it's small change, after like years, it accumulates into like a large amount of money. Like wow, I stored like 3 grand in change or something. You know, like it's stupid, but it sounds like it sounds retarded, but
Yeah, it makes sense.
it makes sense. Yeah. So with the high risk, high reward plays, you're doing what we call a coin flip. Like it's either gonna work or it doesn't. But what is the alternative option that is like low risk, low reward that I could take for free, for sure? See now, this wave is ramping, and here we go. Like this is the dilemma. Your team is grouping. Your team doesn't have to fight, and you know you're not there because there's a wave bottom. Initially, you could have just gone straight bottom, and this would have been fine.
Wait, what? I could have gone bottom earlier, you're saying, and then grouped with them.
Let's go back, right?
Yeah.
Let's go back a little bit further. Like it's gonna be a moment. Where's the part where you are at base? Okay. This right here is a signal that you should be going to your lane. This big motherfucker right here. That's money. I like money. Like personally, me, I like moolah. Like right here, that's some big. Oh, what the fuck, guys? That is some cash for grab, cash for gold. I don't know if I don't know if they have that in EU, but that's right here. This is really important. Plus, it's going towards
Yeah,
your.
I know what that
it's
is.
going towards you, right? It's like this side is going towards you, which means that as soon as you get here, you're safe. Like they can't just come down there. Like look at all this vision you have controlled down here, except for this fucking ward, lol. They have all this vision right here, so you know when they're coming. You're absolutely safe. You get this wave and you pressure their tower, etc., etc. Like people are saying, oh, you AFK farm like bottom, but like these guys have no wave clear, other than Tristana. Like maybe she'll push, but like there's nothing they can do to deep siege. You know, like your characters will just like AOE the wave and you guys are done. And you showing up here. You get divided EXP, like spread EXP among 4 people when you could just get solo EXP. You can end up catching up in levels and maxing your first ability, you know? So like you don't have to like a lot of this like yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So now we answer the wave, right? Which you could have done before. So like you missed the first wave with the cannon, and there's some minions left behind, but you missed the wave, and then now you're catching up to it. But the enemy team decides like, oh, they noticed that, right? So they noticed that you left, answered, and then they punish. You can do the reverse. You can apply that concept on their side. You can push it next time. You could have pushed it yourself. Force someone to respond, then make the play. You said that earlier. Remember, you wanted to do that, right? Because like, oh, I thought Triss was gonna do that. Right now is the perfect time for it, and the reason why was because the cannon wave came up, and like it happened to be like that. You could be the one to take initiative. It is hard to do it on AD carry, but you can be the one to take the initiative. And right here, like, so it's only one wave, and it's a weak wave. Like they'll probably let it go. And then right here, I would have recalled and just answered this. Somebody's already answering it, right? Yeah. Like, I constantly look for farm, hunt for farm. If I see this crab is up, I would take the crab. I take crab, wolves, raptors, gromp. I never take krugs unless I have to as AD carry. Like, I farm. It's called dirty farming. I do it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, but the AD carry has to have gold, you know?
Yep. No,
so it's okay.
That's why you steal it, yeah.
Farm.
Yeah, that's why you take all of it. Like, what the fuck is Lee Sin gonna do with, like, 300 farm, you know? Like, he's just gonna be a full tank. Congrats. Like, congratulations, you're a full tank Lee Sin. Really good job there. Now, imagine if Xayah had 300 CS. Congratulations, you are now a monster. Like, you are now the king of the fucking world. Like, hello?
Yeah.
Like, who is gonna have more efficiency with the gold that they spend? Obviously, you. Okay, here looks like it's gonna be a fight. So go ahead and take that. Lee Sin Q.
My gold.
And EU Q. Oops. Sorry, wrong server.
It's a lot of like
it's
Fiesta
hard to do.
And nothing happening.
So it's hard to do this kind of strategy. It's what we call like the patience play. Like you gotta like really be like mentally ready for it. There's a guy on EU Nordic East, I guess what we call your rival server. His name is Xayah.
Those guys.
He's rank 1 on EU NE, and he plays Orianna, and he plays Pure Farm. He averages 10 to 11 CS a game. And he does the exact same thing I told him. Everything
What does that mean? like 10 CS a minute.
So you know if you go on your op.gg, it says you average 6.9 CS per minute. He averages
Yeah,
11.
okay.
He averages 11. And I really mean like let's say eu.ne.op.gg. And I mean he averages 11 as in like he'll have 270 CS at 22 minutes. Like he goes a little bit beyond. Like look, 26 minutes and he has 270 CS. Like he goes a little bit over. Like
Yeah.
425 at 44. Like he has perfect CS almost every game. I mean the guy's like losing a bunch of games now, but like it doesn't really matter. He should still be, yeah, he's rank 1 still. So he has, I mean,
Holy shit,
KDA
these
player.
KDAs
He
are
does the exact
fucking.
same thing that I said. He focuses 100% on farm. There is nothing more important to him than farm, and that includes stealing, like, this, stealing this. If he pushes fast enough, he steals this. If he pushes even faster, he goes deeper and steals this. Like, I don't know who would be in their right mind to steal this, but he always steals raptors. He might steal 1 or 2 raptors here, but he always takes from his jungler and he fucks people over. But he never roams as a mid laner unless he knows it's free. So that's the same thing I'm trying to tell you. Like if you think that there's like some opportunity, that's 100%, not 80%, 70%, 65%, 50%, 10%, 100 guaranteed. Go up there, like even if it's a kill steal, go up there and right click and he dies. Worth. Like that's 100%. I came up there because I knew I was gonna steal it. Like that kind of thing. It was worth it.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, if it wasn't 100% and he miscalculated, then what he does is he taxes the entire wave. Or 2, or 3.
Oh, she's outplaying me so hard here.
Oh, you missed the thing? Damn. No, this wave. She can't dive you if there's no wave. Ah. Wait.
Thought she was gonna ult.
Because now
Fuck.
then, like, they pressure the tower, and
Yeah.
then well, she can't take it, but then she gets this pink ward, and then she could just drop a ward here, and then TP back, and then,
Yeah,
like,
and she
get to
gets
the
a wave and then she takes
Yes.
the tower.
Well, you know she has,
So,
an ulti, but that
what?
doesn't mean anything. I would have killed the wave, so that she can't do this dive. Like, it would take her longer. Personally,
Yeah.
I would have killed the wave and I would have just let it go, and I would have just waited till she tries to re-tower dive you like an idiot, and then you outplay her under the tower. So I would have hovered the tower. You think that
Yeah.
like you have to remember that each of these players, like you kind of there's this thing called it's what we call a curve. So there's a 0 to 100 maximum potential of a champion, right? Oh, what the fuck, man? Come on.
Holy shit.
It's a 0 to 100% of the champion. So like the best players will maximize all of the champion's capabilities. That right there, the Riven, like she didn't maximize 100%, but she did what she could. So like
Yeah.
you have to expect like the best kind of plays, like, oh, can she kill me? And the answer is yeah, she can kill me 100%. How? Well, if she ults, here's how I can respond. Like you got to be patient about it. Like Lee Sin players, like if I see a Lee Sin Q me, then I will understand that I should play safe, because no matter what elo it is, bronze, silver, platinum, masters, whatever, it doesn't matter, because like I expect them to, what I'm expecting is 100% of the champion will be used. He will kick me, he will flash ult me, etc, etc. He will do everything in his power. Is she inting? Yes, she is. What the
Yes.
fuck was that, dude? What name? Stana, you retarded.
I don't know,
Like,
she's fed and she thinks she can.
I am
1v
so
them.
good at this game. Right click, right click. I don't have zeal or attack speed items. I am sitting in my inventory with 2200 gold, and I thought it was a bright idea to attack a Xayah who has Ninja Tabi.
Fuck yeah.
Also, remember when I said you should cash in? She should have cashed in, because if she had the zeal,
Yeah.
she would have killed you. And I'm saying that, I'm actually serious when I say that, because she would have had more attack speed and higher chance of crit. Like her attack speed was relatively low even with Q, because she didn't have had a steroid speed item in her inventory. Now
Yeah.
that she does, she has an increased probability of threatening you. But like you notice that she just had eye edge and boots, right? But you also had like the equivalent of an eye edge and a boot. So you guys are on the same power level, even though she was quote unquote more fed than you, because she didn't
Yeah.
cash in. So you guys are on an even playing field until she cashed in. Had she cashed in, it wasn't an even playing field. The scales weren't tipped in your favor if she cashed in. But because she did not, the scales are equal. So since it's balanced, now it just comes down to like whoever like is more retarded, and the answer is her, because she's like more retarded.
Yeah.
Oh, like she jumped in. She used her only escape to quote unquote attack you. Like like the jump, it protect but also attack. Like fuck. Personally, I wouldn't have jumped in. Like I would have. I'm like, okay, she's at the same items as me. I would play patient, go back, cash in, because remember that right there was what she was trying to do, was a high risk, high reward play. But because it was high risk, do the risks outweigh the rewards? And the answer is yeah. The risk outweigh the reward. 1 kill or a death and a shutdown goal and pressure. Oh, here comes the surprise party. Okay. Okay. Careful. Yes. Okay. Kill the wave. Okay. That's fine. Nice. Kill the Katarina. Okay. Careful for that. A tip that I would recommend is focus on if you're gonna practice improving your mechanics, treat every skill shot as critical of dodging. Like stuff that's really hard to dodge is like Gragas barrel. Like if you can dodge like constantly, you're also gonna increase your survivability. Hence why I played the whole when I said I play like survival mode, like I play with Feast and all those masteries. Like I want to do my absolute best to stay alive. If you watch pro players like Double, Reckless, etc., Bang from Bang Prey, they'll do everything in their power. I only watch Double because I'm like not only just a TSM fan, but I've seen him do mechanical shit. He dodges skill shots without really thinking about it, but he will dodge everything in his right mind. So he'll try his best to dodge.
I watch a lot of double lift as
well.
So
if you watch a lot of double lift, then you're probably understanding where I'm coming from when I say really try to focus on dodging. Wow, really, bro? Why didn't he just target the wave? I think it would have been better for him to target the wave because you guys don't have siege. Like that's my like if he ulted the wave, then you just back off 100%. But because he didn't ult the wave, you don't back off 100%. Instead, you kind of just like go back in, hit the thing, and then back out. You know, like it's just wow. Lee Sin, really Riven, kill that fucking guy. You know that she has flash though, but like. Oh my god, do you see that Riven? I mean, like, she's like, oh, hey Lee Sin, I see that you have a Q on my, excuse me, I see that you have a Q on my Katarina. I mean, I could just stun you, but I choose not to. If I were Trist, I would, yeah. 1, 2, oh, she is dead. She is so dead.
Ooh.
Yep. Make sure you get this tower eventually. Like, this is another dilemma. Like, it's like there's so much Clown Fiesta fighting in the mid lane that doesn't have to happen on your part, but you just choose to go to it anyway because you feel like you probably fear that your team is like gonna flame you for not like fucking grouping or some shit. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what everybody thinks. Like, I honestly don't give a shit.
I can't handle if my team throws a fight.
Yep.
Because it's so typical in solo queue that
so
if you're not there.
They will flame you, yeah. The 4 out of the 5 will fucking flame the living shit out of you, yeah. Oh, you're fucked. She's gonna jump because she has infinite of those. She literally has infinite, like it never ends. You think it's down? Nah, never.
She flashed though.
Yep.
Traded flashes. But yeah, like I love team fighting because the funnest part of League is
the team
showing other people you're better than them.
Yeah.
Mechanically.
Now the thing is, like, you can, but you want to stay alive while doing it. I think Hurricane is also important on her. Like a lot of people build Hurricane, but anyway, continue on. You want to prioritize the farm because like you're not supposed to care too much about what your team thinks unless like they're all pinging Baron or something, right? And like, is it a good call for me to go to Baron? Could they possibly be doing it? Do I have a blue ward to check if they could do Baron? It looks like their team comp is too weak to do Baron. Let's not. I don't think they're on Baron, so you continue to farm. And you just keep farming until you just accumulate a lot. Like, you're only plus 20 now, but relative to what you should be at, you're minus 100. Like, if you're doing 10 CS a minute. If you're doing like 8 CS a minute, then you should be at like 200-ish. Like, at best. You know, like you're like minus 60 to 80, like per the standard where you really want to be. Yeah. Nice. I was like, I hope you get that. Yeah. I value kills and assists less unless they are absolutely free. Like, there are some games where I will hard farm, but then I see like, hey, wait, he's retarded. He stepped out of position. I can punish this for sure because I have this much damage and that much damage, and I can do this much with this much mana. So then you punish. Here, this was less of punishing people and more of just like people just running themselves into you. Like, there was a little bit of quote unquote like punishing a mistake, but it's not really like, it wasn't really that, like, it wasn't present as far as I could see. And it's not easy to just go up and punish a person like for their mistakes, because like it takes a lot of practice to like see what exactly is considered a mistake. And if they like overstep and you happen to deal a lot of damage to them, and like you know, like that kind of makes sense. Like, if they overstep and then you just deal a fuck ton of damage, hey, I can kill him. Yes, do this. Yes, take their raptors. Denying people their farm, like, even though the catch up EXP is bullshit as fuck, like, you know what I mean? Like, this Gragas is 1-4 and minus 40 CS down. Guess what? Even in levels, because this game is balanced. Like, fucking fantastic. Catch-up EXP is retarded, by the way, I'm just saying. Like, it's just kind of a stupid mechanic. But that isn't the point I'm trying to make. Like,
Wait, do junglers get different XP?
yes, if they're behind, they get more EXP.
Oh, that's retarded.
Yep. There's a guy
I
in
watched
LPL.
a clip on Twitch by Nightblue. He's
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
Kha'Zix.
He was like
And the
6-0,
Lee Sin has-
6-0, and he up against like an 0-3, 0-4 Lee Sin, and he was like so far ahead, plus 30 CS, and the Lee Sin was even in levels, if not higher.
Yeah, it was one level above him.
Yeah, like I don't understand. Like it punishes bad junglers, or it punishes good junglers and rewards bad junglers.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? Cause then if you're higher level than or higher even levels, that means you could just get. Oh, guess what? I just smited them. Haha. Got the Baron because I'm higher level for no, and even though I'm 0-20, I can just catch up with one camp. Like hello.
Yeah.
Broken champion.
Doesn't make sense.
So what I was trying to make the point with that was because you denied those camps, like it makes it so it's harder to abuse the catch-up mechanic for Gragas. Like he's -1,
Yeah.
but like there was a guy who was like plus 300 CS over his opposing jungler, and he was the enemy jungler was only a level down. One level, 300 CS by the way, one level down.
Well.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Lee Sin with 400, almost 400 CS. Hello, I am enemy jungler Rek'Sai, I think, with barely 100 CS. By the way, we're almost the same level. Hello? This is fine. Keep it up. I'm not against this at all. Like, look, what is your team gonna do? Like, there is nothing that they are accomplishing. So there's no point in just grouping with them. Like, you're not gonna make a pick anytime soon. This isn't really considered a pick. Like, if he kills him, he kills him. This is gonna suck dick. Now, look, no body slam. You can't get knocked up. Only watch out for one thing, and it's the barrel. Gragas ult is gonna come. This is a thing. This is fine to dodge. This is an instinct. That's a kill. Nice. Flat. So I would heal. Never mind. But all right. So siege tower.
Heal Morgana.
Yeah. I don't want my
Okay.
teammates to die as much as like it's solo queue. I still want to save them. Kick! Kick! Oh, he's out of energy. Okay. This Lee Sin's pretty sick.
Yeah, he played.
I would have
well this
farmed
game.
way more this game. Like I personally would have chosen to. That's my choice. Like I would have farmed way more than group. But when you do decide to group, right? Like what your quota on what your quota is on team fighting, that you're showing that you're mechanically better with positioning and all. Like I don't see that. Like your goal is to just go, and if your goal is to want to like win the game correctly, you just accumulate so much farm that you come in and you decimate the team fight. Like whoa, when did Xayah get so strong? And like Xayah never got strong, quote unquote. You never got strong.
Yeah.
What actually happened was you just let her farm for free. Like you ever see what happens when you let a Nasus farm for free? Like nobody answers him. Pretend it's the same logic. They let you farm for free without punish. Look at the difference, right? And then the gold.
Yeah.
You're ahead in gold just by farm, but she has more kills. Kills don't mean anything if you have the farm to assist it, you know? And also if you have a
Yeah.
lot of kills but you have no farm. Like look, it's the same thing. She has a lot of kills but no farm. But you have less kills but more farm. So like mathematically. Also you have more global. No, it's even. 3 towers to 3 towers. Like there's no difference. You just have more farm. Like straight up. So you don't have to group. If you just have a fuck ton of farm, you're gonna set yourself. It's like in martial arts, it's like the stomach. It's the core. Farming is like the center of everything. LS and a bunch of other coaches have agreed. It is everything else will naturally follow. All your team fighting stems from you having good items above your opponents. You can't be better than your opponents if you have one item whereas they have 3. You know what I mean? Like if she has instead of Last Whisper, if she had completed her and if she sold her blade and got rapid fire cannon instead, right? She would have been a problem to your team because she has 3 items and you barely have 3 yourself, right? So
Yeah.
I personally would have just like stuck up with a lot more farm. Like see, like now there's an like this isn't a big deal. What you're gonna do instead
I just
is
ignore that. If that was like, if I was tired, I would probably. Oh,
like
I have to.
like
defend
what
it.
is she go? Look at this. She's auto. Like what is that? Like it means nothing.
Yeah.
Wait. Am I crazy? It's 30 minutes, right? So who got Baron?
They got Baron.
Oh, well they're retarded then. They all suck with Baron. Wow.
I think they got Baron at least.
I don't know. Like I didn't hear it. but it doesn't matter. Good job. Good. Oh, I should have think you. I think you should have healed right there. Alright, that's a little late now, but it's fine. When he body slams, I would have flashed.
Yeah, I I can't react that fast yet.
I mean, you reacted after, that's fine, but there's a chance that you could have just died instantly.
Yeah.
Like there are things that you have to react to that like are critical. Like anything that can like disable you permanently, like a knockback, because like a knocks like knock up and back, like you can't stop that. Because like you can use QSS to break the stun that happens while you are knocked, but then you won't be able to. You can cast a spell like Flash or some kind of mobility to cancel it. So like you can see like the pro players like get kicked by Lee Sin and then they just cancel it with a thing, the QSS, and then they flash afterwards to negate the rest of the knockback. It's a mechanic. So
Yeah.
you instantly reacted to it, and I like after getting hit by it, and that's fine. And you didn't die, and that's also really important. Like you're not dying like for the most part now, but if you can translate that into your laning phase and like not die throughout the laning phase, hence why my sustain build is the like my favorite kind of build. You'll progress to be a more like stable player, because like if you're alive during team fights, obviously that means you're going to deal more damage, because you can't deal damage when you're dead. Hence why AD carries are mechanical players. And right here, I don't see many difficult problems with your mechanics other than it's like choices of when to go up. Because like when you died the first time, you just went up at the wrong time, and that was really poor.
Went up?
Okay, no
You
Greg
mean,
assault,
like,
so you're
ulti?
fine. This is over. Just yeah, congratulations, guys. Now imagine if you were just like, let's say you went to top lane, picked up a wave, then came down and did this. This is free, right? That was considered free, right? Now you get the tower out of it. Just repeat that kind of shit, like over throughout your games. Just when you're farming, make sure you buy, use your blue wards, use your control wards, just constantly to make sure that you're getting vision so that you don't get fucked like while you're attempting to accumulate a massive amount of farm. Like we're gonna go on to doubles op.gg. In his past few games, look at his CS. 9.4, 9.4, 9.8, 8.4, 10.2. Like, see the numbers, right? Like, look at this streak. High numbers. The lowest I've seen right here is 7.8, 7.6, 7. Like, he averages so like this doesn't count. It's a jungle game. Like, you know what I mean? Like his lowest is average is higher than your best and your worst. Like that's what it takes. Like, but obviously farm isn't everything. But there are some games where he has a lot of deaths too. It can happen. But farming is his core concept. He averages at least 230 CS on every single champion that he plays, and he's played hundreds of games of every single champion. Even at the highest level.
You're falling out a bit.
Me?
Yeah, you're falling out a bit. Your
Oh,
voice
I'm
keeps
cutting?
going up and down.
Oh, I'm cutting? Okay, that's really bad then. Let's see. What is this? Is my Discord. Okay. I'm gonna put this over here. We're gonna close this. And then we're gonna check what this one is. Anyway, what ends up happening is when you accumulate a lot of farm, you get your items sooner. So let's see if we can see here at the time. So 5 minutes, right? Where are you at? Inting to win. So at 5 minutes, BF sword and a boot. So he had about 1600, 1750, 1750, 1825 at 5 minutes. You want to match, like you want to set your goals really high. So at 8 minutes or 11 minutes, you had roughly the same thing. Oh no, 6 minutes right here. So 1100. You came back with the first back with 1150 to 1200 gold. And then your next back, you came back with 300, 350 or 150. So 450, 750. So you came back a total with, for the first 8 minutes of the game, you accumulated 1150 plus I said 850. So that's about 2k, 1900 gold. Yeah, 2k gold. Okay, and then he came back with 13 plus 875, so that's 2175, 2475, and then 2625, 2925. So he came back with 3,000 gold at the same amount of time. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Remember, small things add up, right? So 3,000 versus 2,000, like 1,000 gold difference. Now imagine if it was this, like, I mean, yeah, he got a lot of kills and stuff, but you don't know like what went through his laning phase, but considering the items and the times that they buy it, you want to try to match that yourself. So I just want you to set a standard for yourself, like to prioritize, not just prioritize farm, but set a number of CS that you want per minute. Because when you start averaging more CS per minute, like I have a coaching client that used to average 3 to 4 CS a minute. Like you know what that means, right? That means that like in a wave, there's 6 creeps per wave. 3 to 4 CS a minute means that like he kills like 1 or 2 creeps of the wave, like each wave, like one
Yeah,
or two, and
that's
it's really bad, right? But then
yeah.
I told him like just stick with farming. He climbed from like it was bronze 2. I mean like it's pretty bad, but he went from bronze 2 to S5 just purely by increasing his farm numbers, and he's still going up. So just by increasing your farm numbers, you can see like an increase in like where you stand because you have more farm, which means you're allowed to do something more. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, there are other problems that he has, such as he's incapable of dodging like certain skills that are really easy for you to dodge with certain champions. But like you're fine with dodging stuff. You're fine with like your ult usage is a little bit like back and forth. Like I'm not sure how to like describe your ult usage, but like because like there's sometimes when it was optimal, sometimes when it's not optimal. Like for example, when you ulted like in the mid lane. I mean, yeah, you got it, but like I wouldn't have done that myself. I would have just stood there and just auto attack them while they're diving because they're not focusing you. It's really hard to call, but like you gotta use your ult. I personally like defensive play because defense is the best offense, right? So with
Yeah.
defensive play, I would have just played it safe and be like, oh, they're on me.
Yeah, because I know that like if they go on me and I don't have my ult, I'm
Ulti,
probably
you are
dead.
yeah, exactly.
But it's like I think it's instinctively when I see three people lined up like that,
Yes,
and then
then yeah,
I got
you want to
cast
make a
by
play make.
ulted by Gragas,
Yeah.
so I didn't get the snare
You wanna
on
remember
all
when I
of them.
said you should use your champion to its quote unquote fullest potential? When I say fullest potential, what I mean by that is you gotta consider like there are two aspects to the coin of your ulti. The dodge, and it just happens to do damage and pull back and snare, or just the snare itself. So when I play Lee Sin, for example, I forgot that my kick, I have always treated it as a knockback. I've never treated it as an execute to deal damage, and I'm retarded because I'm like, yeah, it's part of the ability, but it's like right there. So I started playing Lee Sin a little bit differently. I watched the player play Lee Sin, and he only uses ultimate instead of knocking people by. He just used it to kill. So I started copying that, and I gained like 4 wins in a row just using it to kill people, and I'm like, all right. Like I forget that it does certain things, but you can't forget that it does certain things. So, your
Yeah.
ulti, yes, it does. It is an escape, but it also is a damage tool. Obviously, how you use it is like not like set in stone. Personally, I would use things more for defensive than rather than offensive. So, that's just my 2 cents on it. Um, Defensive play also includes like sitting back and farming. Like you barely average 200 CS a minute, like barely, or two not sorry 200 CS a minute. 200 CS like in your games on average. Like
Yeah.
this needs to increase. Your best so far is 7.1 as I can see by your match history. Maybe it's higher. I don't know. But oh yeah, 7.8 are your best. When you're losing, people tend to farm more. 8.2. You tend to farm more because like I said, the scavenging technique, which means that like I'm more desperate because I need more gold, so I farm. Like
Yeah,
yeah,
I guess I have to implement that
yes,
technique when I'm ahead as well.
yes. Because
Like when
because
I'm
when you're
10 and
ahead,
0, I just focus on getting the towers and just getting more kills and keep them behind.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. You gotta make sure you get a lot of farm, like a lot of farm. Farming should be like farming is always like I guess they call it the Chinese tactic. I guess the farming is really important, like rice farm and shit like that. It's racist as fuck, but like you gotta farm, and farm and farm and farm. No matter what lane you are, you can't deny it. Like there are people that like just get like 50 kills in a game, but they have like zero farm, and it's like, bro, they could just catch up.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, like I sound like I'm repeating myself when I just say you should just farm, but like it's just so important. Your masteries are fine, your runes are fine. Like this is completely standard. I'm a cutie pie probably does the same thing. Let's go on. I'm a cutie pie's op.gg real quick.
Yeah, he only uses. I think the only secondary AD page he uses is he uses attack speed, Reds for Callista, in addition to the quints.
Right. So I don't have anything for Xayah recently, but uh, he's 5 and 10. Okay, 8.3. He doesn't play on this account. I'm pretty sure he plays on this one.
Chow Dog, yeah.
Yeah, he plays on Chow Dog a lot more. 6. This is interesting. 8.2, 8.7, 6.9, 8, 8, 9. Like you see the numbers, like they kind of add up. Um,
Yeah.
what? 8.7, 7.3, 7.4. A lot of prioritization on farming. This is a sick build. Like, damn, he actually got that far. Of course, if he lost, I would be pretty mad. So yeah, just
I've
definitely
lost
increase
COG
that.
games late game. It feels bad.
He runs, yeah, Fervor on the right champions, but he runs Insight. Personally, I run Fearless because I like to trade, and it does help me survive a little bit longer. But the reason why he runs Insight is because he values the flash, because at
Yeah.
that level of play, flash is super important. Timing flashes perfectly, etc., etc.
Is it 12% or
15.
what? 15? Okay. So it gets like for how much? I'm bad at math.
So flash 4 minutes 15 seconds, and you're oh
Yeah,
look,
okay.
see this? He ran Fearless here.
Yeah.
I think yeah, he runs Fresh Blood. So people run Fresh Blood because like when you auto attack, the first thing you do is like it just does damage for free, and you just reset that every now and then. I personally like I said, I value Feast. Um, let's go to a different region. The best region in the world, obviously. IG
Yeah.
Rookie is 1 and 2. Oh well, he was 1 and 2. I don't think I'm not sure. Is he 80k? Yes, he is. No, he's not. Maybe he is. Sorta. No, he's a mid laner. Rookie's a mid laner. That's right. Um, numbers wise, I mean he plays some AD carry 8.8, 8.4. Yasuo syndrome 6.3. It's fucking Yasuo syndrome, man. This guy here he is. He's the I'm a scripter, quote unquote. Look at this. 9, 8.7, 10, 10.3, 10.8. What the
What the
fuck? He's playing in a
fuck?
different server. He's playing in. What the fuck? Like he
That's
doesn't even have great
insane.
KDAs, but look at this. Quadra kill 6-1-2. That means he was 2-1-2 and then he got a quadra, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But let's look at his
Jeez.
masteries and runes and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they run the extra attack speed. Yes, they do. He runs insight. Okay. He runs this for amplified healing because he's running barrier. Makes sense.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, he
Yeah, because
doesn't
the
seem to
meta
run
is
heal.
that the support goes heal now, right?
Yes, yes. You don't have to meta. It's not meta. Like it's a choice. Like he values the cleanse because if you look at the enemy's CC, they got a Taric stun, and then like if he
Yeah.
gets hit or a Sejuani ult, and if he gets hit by that, he's fucked. Like he can't rely on his support. He's just heal me if you need to. Like Janet, it also stacks with wind speakers, so just consider that. They seem to run because they need the cleanse more often. They run insight. Okay, I didn't think he would run Insight, so I guess I should start implementing Insight. I just follow Double Lift because he runs Fearless. Um, but yeah, if the Koreans are running, or the Koreans and the Chinese are running, whatchamacallit, Insight, then I guess I will run Insight myself. Because I'm pretty
Learn
sure
something
Fearless
every
runs.
day.
Yeah. I mean, it's personal preference. I just prefer the defensive
Yeah, obviously.
aspect of this. I don't like Explorer because I don't roam as much, so I prefer the tough skin because like every bit of damage counts. But yeah.
Yeah.
So here's Xayah for you. 11 CS a minute. All right. All right. That's pretty cool. 52k damage. This is the team where he says, "Man, can I get better teammates?" Like, holy shit. Int, int. He's literally the only one carrying, and they still can't carry. Like, holy shit. Oh, I mean, you got a Lucian that's equally as fed, so it just becomes whoever plays better. Max E, Max W, then Max Q. Da-da-da-da-da. Your masters are basically the same. He runs the sustain build, but he also runs this. See, so yeah.
Yeah.
He also runs one extra attack speed here. All attack speed, and okay, just nothing but attack speed. No magic resist. No fucking, no chill. All right, that's probably why he died
Well,
to.
that makes sense because they nerfed her Q, so it wasn't a auto attack reset.
Oh, okay, so
So
he
if
just runs a fuck ton of attack speed. I mean,
because
you
when
can
they
follow
released
this
her,
guy's.
it was like insta snare.
Yeah, you could follow this guy's whatchamacallit. Like it's not wrong for you to follow their rune pages. Like you always want to experiment. Like it's okay for you to experiment all this stuff too because like they're the better region. So like I follow their stuff too. So that's probably something I'm gonna implement in my own play. Like for example, since I'm trying to learn Kog'Maw and Twitch, I'm probably gonna implement their exact same runes and masteries. Like I'll probably sacrifice my sustain for this, and do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, and all of this, blah blah blah. He doesn't even put a point in E, lol. Like you feel you try to copy it and try. I don't think there's any way that you can just keep like you can't just go from your current CS standing to theirs and still win constantly. Like look at all these wins and this CS count. Like what the fuck? They're so good at this game. But if you can, then like that's gonna be your greatest step to improving. Like imagine if you had 10 CS a minute and like it's just the same thing. Like you're gonna be equally as impactful into the game. Like you become a mega carry. Like you know if you have that much gold. Gold is just that important too because like resources are scarce. Just pretend that like each of the minions are like there was a game that I played, right? Like with my friends, Dota back in the day.
Yeah.
If you didn't last hit, you lose EXP. If you just stood by, you kind of get EXP, but you really don't. So what if they made a change to the game, right? And you could not, you get half the EXP if you last hit them, or you get half the EXP if you don't last hit, and if you just stand there and just get zoned, you get half the EXP. If you last hit, you get all the EXP. Make sense?
Yeah.
Play the game like that. Put a mental block on yourself. Now, obviously, there's mechanics to it, but like you like if you set that boundary for yourself, the more you last it, the higher levels you'll get on your opponent. You know. So
Yeah.
you can consider that as a thing. Oh, this was an open mid game. That's why. Jesus Christ, even in Challenger. Oh, open mid because this guy's 1-1 and he has fucking 7.7 CS a minute. Like Jesus Christ. Where's the game? What do you think? A quadra kill? All right. Let's see. This is not an open mid game. Like his 80 carry, you 10.5, and Epic 80 carry 8.9. Both 80 carries did the most damage, but their 80 your the Kog'Maw was better. Not because he's just Kog'Maw, but because he has a lot more farm. Because look, think about it. Rage Blade, check. Berserkers, check. Runettes, he's trying to get Runettes, he can't.
Yeah.
Item difference, huge. Yeah, it doesn't help that he has 6 kills, but what difference does it make when he just like it's the same number? So the difference is 3k gold, like right there too. That's another thing. So yeah, money adds up. So that first step is farm. Second step is when you choose the team fight, your grouping. Like it's not that it's wrong. It's just not the right time because you get nothing accomplished out of it. Like you can come and show up and be present and like yeah, what's up? You don't want to fuck with my team. But did you get anything out of it yourself? No. Like I don't like.
Yeah, how do I know it's the right time?
It's a hard call, but like you look at the enemy's team comp. So can their team comp push? And if their team comp can push, how can they push? So for example, in that team comp, they had a Katarina, right? So
Yeah.
Katarina, she's gonna jump in and int on the wave. No, she's not gonna do that. She's just gonna throw daggers until she feels like stopping, right? Let's go on to the next champion, Tristana. But she doesn't have Shiv. All she has is IE, so she can't really push. You know what I mean? So if
Yeah.
they do manage to shove your wave into the tower, your team will respond, and it's just gonna be a stalemate. But if let's say their mid laner was an Ahri or a Talia or a LeBlanc or a fucking Syndra, now you're talking about a real threat. But here's the scary part: Ahri, LeBlanc, Syndra can all kill you. Do you really want a group when they can kill you? Probably not. So just tell your team to back up, just clear the waves, and be safe. You know, just ping it yourself. Just ping, and just put an assist me. If it really comes down to the tower being threatened to get killed, then you show up. Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Like if they can wave clear, that means they're just gonna ram minions into your tower until your tower feels threatened to die. But if they don't have a form of wave clear, like there's really no point in showing up because then it's just gonna be like tug of war and just you pull one side of the rope and they'll pull the other side and it's just gonna be like man this is boring as shit. But if they play it with a wave clear mid or a wave clear top or a wave clear jungler which doesn't really exist, or like a wave clear ADC that has like static shift, right? Then you
Yeah.
might consider showing up when your tower feels threatened, and then yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That's all I can see. I didn't see any objective control. Like that's not on you. Like there was just nothing like your team could have done. Like what dragon? Like there wasn't really anything important. Like there was one time where you guys could have taken Cloud Drake, but it's a Cloud Drake. Like who the fuck cares? Cloud Drake, man. That's pretty much
Yeah,
it. Like I
mean,
can't see anything other than like you just need to farm more because like your team fighting is fine. I see your team fighting is fine. Your damage, everything, it's fine. One ult usage was just I would have used the ult defensively. That's it. Nothing else. There's really nothing else. Like when he queued, you ulted instinctively just to get the snare, but you only hit one person, which was the Gragas. Remember down at like red buff area when you guys pushed tier
Yeah.
2? I would have just kept attacking. Like you just got hit by a Q. It wasn't a big deal. But at the end of the day, your team fighting is fantastic. It's not like out of this world because there's really nothing out of this world about that one game. But that's the team fighting is fine.
Plus it's Plat, so
Yeah, there's nothing happened. Like nothing like really happened. It's not coordinated play either. But what your team fighting is fine. Your laning phase is farm heavy. You need to farm a lot more and work on that. Warding is just you just gotta ward the bushes. Make sure that they're always warded at almost at all times if you have no idea where they are. and that's pretty much it. Your farm, like if you can get out of laning phase without dying and have a stable amount of farm, you're on the right track. Because then your team fighting instincts of what your habits of team fighting are like currently right now, they're just gonna kick in.
Yeah.
Like they will follow. That's why it's what Ella said. Farming is the core, and everything else will naturally follow. Exactly what I just said. With all your team fighting, like your team fighting, your the way you team fight, how you do it, where you enter, etc., etc., that follows and translates in with your perfect farm. Like imagine how like you keep the same skill of your team fighting now, but add higher numbers of farm into it. Your team fighting will increase too because you have more items, you have more damage. So it will follow up. Like you're gonna climb because you have more farm. Like the best players in the world have the greatest amount of farm, and the best scores. Obviously, also like good mechanics because they gotta dodge shit. I mean, like how do you fucking like play Kog'Maw without like like how do you lose on Kog'Maw because you had terrible positioning or some shit, or your team inted like fucking open mid this kind of game like where you fucking 02906 fucking duo Q fucking shit, that kind of get mad at that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. All right. So from this point, you can either you can keep playing because it's night, right? So night queues are pretty bad. It's a general thing like playing early morning queues versus night queues. Night queues are pretty bad, but your choice is you can from after the session. What I would recommend you do is in real life you can go outside, breathe, come back, play, get your blood flowing, drink water, and then play, or just sleep for the rest of the night, wake up, and play another day. Like start off fresh tomorrow, mind reset, everything's reset. If you played today and you tilted, reset. If you played and you didn't feel like you tilted and you want to try this out and test out a new method, go for it. I don't control your actions, but I'm just giving you suggestions like where you can move on from this point forward. Like that's pretty much it. Like you can just try reset or no reset, and eventually you do have to reset because sleep is really important. Get enough sleep and play the game.
Yes.
It's your choice. You don't have to tell me what you're gonna do. Like whatever you do is up to you. Like you control your own destiny, kind of shit. But I would suggest sleeping on it and then waking up and having a fresh start. Being really I'm up for this. Let's go. Because then resting rests your wrists, your mechanics, new mindset. Let your brain absorb the knowledge. And of course, this session, if you found me through YouTube, then it's going to be on YouTube in case that you need to review something or the parts where I cut off. You said right? Like you can catch that part again. Like oh, that's what he said. Because everybody seems to have that.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's retarded. My mic is just low. My mic is basically your morgue. Like I could just press D, but I just wouldn't do it, man. Fucking exhausting. Stupid. I hate it when they have exhaust and they could have just exhausted to save themselves, but nah.
Yeah, it's like when you die in lane and you tab and you see, yeah, you still have exhaust.
Yeah, bro, you still have exhaust, man.
Fucking horrible.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna close out the session and then I will message you when the video is uploaded on YouTube. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Hope,
Thanks, dude.
Yeah. Good luck and best in your
Thank you.
adventures in climbing. I'll see you later.
Bye bye.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. This has been a Xayah coaching video. I will see you guys next time.